Alright, so for this one we need to make a timetable for this person, Tina, who's going to the shopping centre. Let's read through. Tina plans a day out at a big shopping centre with some friends. She makes notes about what they want to do. And then there are the notes here. Tina needs a time plan. She wants to know the start time and the finish time for each activity. Make a time plan for Tina. Remember to check your plan. Okay, and then we have all the activities that we need to know the start and finish time of. My first thought is that I want to drag this box out here and then down quite far as well. And the reason I'm doing that is because in this column I'm going to put all of the different activities, and then here in this column this will be the start time and here will be the finish time. And then I'm just going to go through and fill in all the different activities and work out when they need to start and finish so that it meets all of these criteria. But really I think this is the tough part that a lot of people will struggle with, just setting out this table. So let's go through the activities. If they're arriving by 10:30, then whatever our first activity is, it can start at 10:30. The lunch has got to be at a specific time, so the first thing I'm going to timetable and put into my plan is bowling, just because it's the first thing on the list that I can put in my timetable. So bowling, if it lasts an hour and 20 minutes and starts at 10:30, well, if it lasted an hour, that would be 11:30, and it's another 20 minutes, so that goes from 11:30 to 11:50. So it finishes at 11:50. Let me just explain that again, just in case you're not too comfortable with your times. What we're doing is 10:30, and we're trying to add on 1 hour 20. Well, 10:30 plus 1 hour would be 11:30. I'll just put plus 1 hour would be 11:30, but we're trying to add on an hour and 20 minutes, so if I just add on another 20 minutes, that takes me to 11:50. That's where that number came from. Good. Now I'm looking through my list again, and I see that lunch is from 12 till 1, which means I don't have time to do anything else after bowling, but before lunch. So the next thing I need to do is have my lunch. So lunch, and that needs to be from 12 until 1. So I'm going to put 12, and it finishes at 1. Good. What should we have next? We've done lunch. Let's start ticking these off or crossing them out. We've done lunch, we've done bowling. Oh gosh, can't cross it out very well, can I? Lunch and bowling, good. Let's do the cinema next and then shopping. Again, just because that's the order that they come in the list. Now, if I put cinema in here, we know when it can start. It can start at 1 o'clock, which is when lunch finished. But the tough one with cinema is working out when it needs to finish, because it's 145 minutes. And when we talk about time, we don't normally think about an hour and 45 minutes. You think about 3.5 hours or 2 1/4. You don't think about it in a big number of minutes. So we need to turn this 145 minutes into hours and minutes, because then we can think about it a bit better. So we've got 145 mins, and we're trying to turn it into hours and minutes. Well, 60 minutes is 1 hour. Twice as many minutes, 120 minutes, is 2 hours. And we've got 145 minutes. So 145 minutes is another 25 minutes on top of what we had, which means it's another 25 minutes on top of what we had over here, which makes it 2 hours, 25 minutes. So the cinema, we're at the cinema for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Well, I'll do the same thing I did up here actually, to make it clear where these numbers are coming from. We're doing 1 o'clock. Is that a bit hard to see? Maybe that's a little bit hard to see. Choose a different colour. Choose black. We're doing 1 o'clock plus 2 hours 25. Well, 1 o'clock plus 2 hours would be 3 o'clock. That's plus 2 hours. And then plus the extra 25 minutes would be 3:25, which means the cinema activity stops at 3:25. And then we have one last activity, which is shopping for 1.5 hours. So into the last box we're going shopping. That can start when the cinema finishes, at 3:25, and that's going to last 1.5 hours. So I'll do this method one more time to add on. What are we starting at? We're starting at 3:25, and we're trying to add on 1.5 hours, which we know is 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, so 3:25 plus 1 hour would be 4:25, and then plus another 30 minutes would be 4:25, 35, 45, 55. That was 30 minutes. So there we go. Finally, our shopping can finish at 4:55. Now, let's go through, and like it suggests, I'm going to check my plan. So let's get rid of all this working out so we can see it a bit better. Arrive at 10:30 a.m. Have we done that? Yes, we have. Have we left by 5 p.m.? Yes, we finished at 5 by 5. Lunch is from 12 till 1. Yep, that one's okay. Bowling is an hour and 20 minutes. An hour at 10:30 to 11:50. That's an hour and 20 minutes. Cinema was 145 minutes. We worked that out to be an hour and 2 hours 25, which is definitely the difference between those two. Good. And finally, shopping was an hour and a half. 3:25, 4:25, 4:55. Good. Fine. So there we go. There's our time plan. Just tidy that up a little bit. Pull this up. Lovely. That's it. That's our time plan. We've gone through, we've checked everything, and it fits all the criteria for 3 marks.